Hey guys, welcome to week 4 of 341, and the semester is just flying by. Before you know it, we're going to be in Thanksgiving and we're going to be done. So let's keep pace. And watching these little weekly reports, I think, is helpful. Hope so. Now, we're working on formative assessment, and we've done some formative assessment in class. The Quizlet sets, which I think are pretty challenging because it's sometimes hard to differentiate between the terms and the definitions. I think that those have been revealing, and I put links to each of the Quizlet sets in the course materials section of Blackboard. So if you want to go back and refresh yourself on chapter 1 or the RTI module, they're there now under the weeks. I've also done some class activities where we take ideas that we read about and we apply them in class, and I can see how you've done on those, and you can see how you've done on those. And then next Wednesday, we'll do something called an ungraded quiz. I used this last semester, and it was helpful. I'm going to give you a quiz on some of the ideas that we've covered so far, but it's ungraded. And I'm not going to ask you what your grade is. You're going to take the quiz, I'm going to show the correct answers, and then you can write whatever you want and keep it, and then use it to study for the midterm. Now, one question that I'm getting, and I'm getting it a lot, and that's fine, is about due dates and assignments. I'm not going to penalize someone for late work, but it is absolutely the case that if you start putting things off and start procrastinating, the work you turn in is going to be far less in terms of quality. So stay up with those due dates, even though you're not penalized for missing one. That's really important. And also, if I assign something like the RTI module, but I don't ask you to turn anything in conjunction with that, that doesn't mean that it's not important. We're absolutely going to talk about that RTI module a lot in this class. You're going to be assessed on it during the midterm and the final. So you do whatever it is that you need to do when you're reading chapters in the book, when you're working your way through RTI modules, so you feel comfortable that you understand the material. Writing in the margins, highlighting, creating Quizlet card sets, whatever it is. But if I'm not asking you to turn something in, I'm taking the attitude that you are going to understand this in your own way or communicate with me if you need help. Now, Brianna Pasco did a marvelous job on Wednesday, because when we were applying the 7 strategies of formative assessment to Sturtevant's Google Drawings prompt, I scored, I'd say, a 5.5 out of 7. I didn't give you an example of a weak example. I gave you an example of a strong example, but I just whiffed when it came to the learning target. You guys did not know what the learning target was. That's my fault. That's on me. And Brianna successfully identified that. Well, guess what? Chapter 3 is all about learning targets, and that's what we're going to be working on next. We're going to go into learning targets in great depth. And I'm just going to implore you guys to keep pace. Reflection 3 is going to be due, and it's going to also be based on a virtual Teams discussion, which will take place Friday, and I'll make that available to everyone after it's recorded. And I still have space for one more person. If I don't get one more person, we'll do it with 4. That's fine, but you can contact me and ask, and first come, first serve. Then also, when it comes to chapter 3, we're going to be reading chapter 3 for 2 weeks. We're going to be working on chapter 3 for 2 weeks. So if you look at that chapter and you think, oh my gosh, that's large, don't worry, man. We've got plenty of time to work our way through it. And you guys are doing a great job of communicating. Keep it up. So I'll see you on Wednesday.